Yeah.
Good. So 1, 2, 3. That's now. See, do you see? This is how we should have fucking tested it before. Plug the fuck-facing thing back in.
Hello?
Well, it's still running. Hang on a second. Oh, you hateful thing. Well, all right. Well, that's a problem because it's not even picked up the fact that there's a microphone stuck into it. 1 1 1 2 2 2 1 1 2 2 1 1 1. Well, this is saying there's no mic. Bollocks. Well, maybe they can hear us now, but this is abortive. We're gonna have to just stop. Just to do it again tomorrow. God, what a fucking pain.
Does it come on at all? No, it's not going to, is it?
Does what come on at all? We can hear you. It's working now. 1 1 1 2 2 2. Right. Really sorry about this, guys.
Apologies.
This is our third attempt, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we figured out how not to do it.
Yeah.
And that this laptop
is
through Google Hangouts
a piece of shit.
It's a piece of shit. We're going to take it to the woods now and
snap it over my knee.
Yeah, we're gonna execute it.
Even I'm feeling some anger now. That's not like me.
Yeah, no, we went for a good 30 minutes there.
Did we?
And nobody could hear it.
It was all gold as well.
So
it was gold.
So good.
It was probably the
you
best
guys
stuff.
Really missed out. You really missed out.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's like that song.
Kaylee Isis says piss on it. I mean, we could piss on it before we kill it.
I probably could.
So it feels humiliation.
It's going to be a bit of a weird cross-sword thing, though.
I did not need that image in my head. Okay, guys, really sorry.
We've done the best song ever, but we can't remember it.
The greatest song in the world.
The greatest song in the world.
But this isn't it. This is a tribute.
Yeah, we literally gave out there was gold bars just flowing.
Spitting bars we were.
Yeah.
Right, should we spew this off and do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Sorry. We're very sorry that we are incompetent nitwits.
Well,
and
we tried.
We did try. And we had
we thought you were trolling us.
The face palms and facial expressions. No, that's just how I talk.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've lost the will to live.
Yeah.
We both lost the will to live.
It's unfortunate.
So your mate's coming on tomorrow?
He is coming on tomorrow.
So this isn't podcast 14.
No.
This is just we'll leave this up.
Yeah.
As a testimony to how foolish we are.
This might get the most views, most hits ever.
Oh, don't. It'll be like that thing where we told shit stories.
We might go viral. Look at the guys who thought everyone was listening to them.
Fucking idiots. Chatting away. God damn it. So we've got your mate on tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he's really clever.
Super clever.
Which might be nice for them to from somebody who's super clever. And he's doing a PhD in what now?
His PhD is in mechanical engineering, but he's also done a master's. I can't remember. I think it was physics, but it might have been pure maths. So that tells you quite how smart he is.
I don't think I want to meet him now.
No, he's done a little bit of work. I don't know if it's for CERN or at CERN.
He's done some work at CERN.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask him about reality folding in on itself.
That's right. I'm actually going to a pub with him tonight to watch the Liverpool game.
Sound.
And he's been a teacher as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to talk. He's actually just ripped the cartilage out of his left knee.
Because he's a teacher.
Because he's a teacher.
Fuck this.
Because he's fucking stupid and he's still trying to play football at 31.
What's wrong with playing football at 31? I'm in that gym. What weak talk is this? No, you're right. Football, too much planting and twisting.
Lots of fucking twisting.
Mm.
I did say this a lot.
And he's popped his knee out, has he?
Completely popped his fucking knee out. That wouldn't have happened when he was 28, would it?
Much safer doing martial arts.
Lifting
Heavy
weights.
weights.
Look, they stayed anyway.
We stayed anyway, yeah. I know. But why? When you couldn't hear us, I would have well jibbed it off. You can, whilst we're on and we've both lost the will to live, you can ask us any daft question you want. J.Mirick2 says daft questions part 2. Ask any stupid question you want, but
the stupider the better.
Yeah. So what time tomorrow? This time?
Yeah. 5-ish.
5 tomorrow, 5 London time, which at the moment...
Oh, it might be a little bit longer because I'm going to go pick him up because of his bad knee. He can't drive.
6 o'clock, shall we say?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock tomorrow. So don't ask us what time that is in Tokyo. You're funnier with no sound. Stacey, that's brutal.
She's torn us. She's killed us.
That is brutal. I've never heard such a horrible, soul-destroying heckle. You're funnier with no sound. That's outrageous. Stacey, you fucking savage. Hey.
Is there just sound now? But no.
No, I've turned that off so you can't see us moving. Do you want to see us moving?
It's a bit, yeah.
I mean, because the reason I turned the sound off.
Favourite smoothie ingredient? Carrots.
Spunk.
Carrots, ginger, and apple.
Nice.
Do you have sex with 2 girls at the same time?
Diet whey, black currants, winter fruits, and banana in it.
Ooh.
Do I want to have, or do I have? I mean, he doesn't.
No, I definitely don't.
I would. Have I ever? I think I've had a bit of a snog of 2 girls at the same time. I would do. I'm single. I don't give a fuck. Hey, I'll do anything. Please do a comedy act. No, we couldn't. What were we laughing about earlier? I don't know.
How we've been ripped. I'm still laughing about that. That was savage, wasn't it?
That was savage. She's a beast. In one of your videos, you said you're going to make a video about stars on the sky. I think they're in the sky, but I'm not going to be pedantic. I'm still intrigued. What do you know about them?
Nothing.
They're dead far away, mate. There was a little meditation that I used to do when I did door work in Uxbridge, and when they'd stick me on the sweatshirt.
Oh, she feels bad now. Sorry, I've cut you off. Don't feel bad. That was amazing.
Kidding. Love you guys. Kidding, you guys. What were we laughing about earlier though? Like we're proper. I can't remember.
It was gold bars, and then we've forgotten.
Yeah, we've forgotten. Just geniuses. Yeah, no, sometimes I would just look up at the sky to dissociate from the horror of all the drunk, rancid people around me. And I'd look at the stars, and I had like a little meditation that I would start with where I'd be like, how far away is the nearest star? And how many years old is the light that is hitting my eyes? When you see a twinkling star and it goes like a bit red and a bit blue. Yeah.
We can ask Panchpat tomorrow.
Yeah, we can ask him that. And I would try and remember as much astronomy as I could. To sort of dissociate, and it's a good guided meditation. How far away is the nearest star? How old is the light that is hitting my eyes right now? That kind of thing. You just lead your mind down that path. What's the worst tasting food you ever had? Durian, semen.
Have you had durian?
Yep, semen. Mm. Tastes meaty. It's a fruit that tastes meat. It's a fruit that tastes like my boarding school headmaster.
Stop it. If Auntie Nicola sees this, just sorry. Not allowed to say that.
What's this taste?
Stop it.
Mr. Hamilton. Where would you most like to visit, and where would you never travel?
I'd never travel to Afghanistan. That seems a bit dangerous.
I would.
Where would you most like to visit? I'd really like to go back to Yosemite. Is that really boring?
Oh, that's nice.
I like Yosemite.
I've not been there, but the pictures
super pretty.
South America, very general. Doesn't mean anything. Does a huge continent, but certainly Brazil and Colombia, I would like to go to.
Colombia apparently is safe-ish now as well.
Yeah. Some places not very safe. Where would you never go? I would never. I don't know. There's nowhere that I would say I would never go.
Rotherham.
Fucking gulags. Nothing there but gulags now. Do you watch TV? Yeah, sometimes, but not very much.
I've got a really dull taste in TV. I watch cycling, football, and cricket.
Fucking hell, you are dumb. Jesus, titty fucking Christ, you boring bastard. The last thing I watched on TV was Altered Carbon through the Netflix, so through my laptop on the TV. So I won't watch just general TV because there's a series I want to watch. I watched that. Altered Carbon actually wasn't very good, but I felt like I should support that kind of dark cyberpunk sci-fi.
Oh, is Old Carbon, does it start like a Matrix thing? Like he's sort of born again? Just started watching that first episode. You've ruined it for me already, haven't you? Shit. It's got the actors aren't very good. There's him. There's a Spanish girl in it who's good, and then those are the only two actors, and then everybody else in it is just weak. They're all just models who've been given lines to read, and they're shit. And unfortunately, because they blew their budget on the effects instead of hiring proper actors, it's dull to watch. Yeah,
you sit there and you're like, I'm trying to watch this, but when it's just models reading lines to each other. Do you ever watch CSI?
No. Well, no, I'll tell you what I did. I watched the Tarantino episode.
Oh right, yeah. Well, that was a bit more interesting. But yeah, like watching general American TV, I just can't even absorb the story. I just dissociate. I'll be looking at the TV and I'll start thinking about something else.
Was it you that were saying you had trouble with the Baltimore TV show?
The Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried it for 4 times, and then I finally got into it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's all right.
I'm sure you were saying it was difficult to understand what they were saying.
Yeah, no, it was. Like the slang is hard to penetrate. So you've got people using, I think it's supposed to be, I looked it up, it's supposed to be quite authentic. Like the writers behind it, they knew what the authentic cop slang and street slang. So you have the cops using their terms and then the criminals using their terms. And you just sit there and you go, well, if you had like proper scouse, like proper thick scouse on TV, you wouldn't, and then showed it to an American audience, they'd be like, where's the subtitles? And even if you have the subtitles, you're like, I don't know what any of this refers to. But no, I cracked it and I managed to get into it.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. I don't know if it's as amazing as people say it is, but it's pretty good. Read out another question, Will.
I didn't. No, it's not a question.
Michelle says, I'm going to lip read the sound on, so you just turn your sound up, mate.
Has she like pulled it back?
Turn your sound up. Yeah, she's probably gone back to the beginning.
How do you manage violent films and books without being strongly affected?
Just avoid them.
I'm confused.
I mean, like, how do you not get affected by violent TV and violent books? Just avoid them.
Well, how violent?
Just violent. What do you mean?
Do we mean like you don't want to watch boxing, or do you mean like do you want to watch Saw, or are we talking about really horrible stuff that people have videoed in like Afghan and Iraq and stuff?
I don't know. That's what they're talking about, but just violence. If you're affected by violence, then just swerve it off. Just don't even go there. There's no point. Really.
Yeah, because it's going to make you feel sad. Don't do it.
Yeah. And for some people it makes them anxious, or they actually disturbs them. What's your level of disturbingness? How bad does it have to be before you're like, oh, this is disturbing?
I can't watch anything that I think might be actually real.
Mm-hmm.
If I know it's a TV show, I'm not bothered at all. If I think it might be real, I can't even begin to go near it.
Historical warfare violence doesn't bother me. Very, very rarely bothers me that. If it's the historical and it's like witch burnings and torture and stuff, that bothers me. Like if it's mystical, killing a werewolf or killing zombies doesn't bother me. But yeah, that's about my upper level. I'm very expressive. Look, there's a lot of stuff going on with the hands.
Because you were so grumpy at the start.
I'm still grumpy now. I'm a grumpy bastard. Nobody knows this about me.
My mother only watches murder shows. Does that make her a psychopath?
No. Fuck's sake. No. No, it doesn't make her a psychopath. She might just really like
the intrigue.
Yeah, the intrigue of it. That's what loads of people. I mean, sex and violence is intrinsic to drama, so people are always going to want to watch stuff that's around that. But definitely, no, a taste in that does not make you a psychopath. Do you watch Chance with Hugh Laurie? He plays a psychologist. I haven't seen that. No. Have you heard of that?
Not even heard of it. No.
There's loads of new shows coming out now, isn't it? Actually, I haven't seen Hugh Laurie on the telly box for a long time.
Is he doing another great American accent? Let us know.
The news here in the US has been showing actual murders that have been videotaped. I can't watch it.
Yeah.
Why would you want to?
Yeah, just
Don't.
swerve it off. Richard, you talked about keto before, I think.
Have you?
Yeah. We have on here.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah, to be fair.
Have you gotten into fasting or intermittent fasting? I'm in an intermittent fasting cycle right now. 16 hours every day.
I've got the Zero app. I think I've done a week. Maybe I broke one on one day. I use Zero. I use the Zero app. So yeah, I'm on a 16 hour fast, 8 hours eating window at the moment.
What's it meant to do? What's the science?
It's so that you can ingest more semen from the boarding school.
Stop it!
From the
No, not allowed.
What does it do?
There's all kinds of theories and science behind it. The only magical thing that I'm aware of that's strongly supported in the scientific research is it increases growth hormone. The non-magical stuff is it just makes it easier to, if you struggle with being a fat I nearly said fatso. If you struggle with, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Now that is my inner critic speaking. I can get a little husky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can get a little chubby, like to eat, sit around, do a lot of thinking and eating. So for me, it just helps me. If you fast for 16 hours, your stomach shrinks, your appetite goes down, and I just find it easier to do the adherence to clean food if I've been fasting. If I get into a big eating cycle, I'll just lash in like kebabs and chocolate cake and stuff.
Oh God, you must struggle in Portugal.
I do. And Lisbon was really, really hard, because there's so much fat in the in all of the food. It's hard for me to eat clean there.
But it's high fat and high carb as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's all delicious.
It is all delicious, I have to say.
So the last time I was in Portugal, after the time I was in Lisbon, I was like in Lisbon for 5 days. Then I went down to the Algarve. I just got an Airbnb, got a kitchen, went to the supermarket, and was like, 2 of the meals are going to be fucking turkey or chicken breast with a load of vegetables, and then 1 meal will be
lovely
gibberish,
lovely stew
gibberish. I'm going to eat some Portuguese gibberish and taste the deliciousness.
It is.
Yeah. But I like being down there because there's a good gym down there. You'd like it, well, in Quatera, Champions Gym.
There's a gym in the Quatera?
There's a gym in the Quatera.
Oh, the Quatera. I did say that, didn't I? Yeah, Quatera, sorry.
Champions. It's really, really good.
I shall go and try it.
Yeah.
Oh, lol, yes, he is. His character is close to house.
Oh, that's interesting.
So he's not straying too far away from his Golden Globe stuff.
Typecast now, isn't he? What do you think of the latest Star Wars? Did you say it?
Yeah, it was so shit. I can't really remember it.
I absolutely fucking hated it. All of the new Star Wars movies I hated except for Rogue One. And that was like...
It was a bit world-endy, that, wasn't it?
I loved the world-endy. I loved the fact that all the good guys died. I was like, yes, thank God for not feeding me more garbage. And it was still had the feeling of like a fun sort of kids film. But, as Mark Hamill said, I mean, obviously Mark Hamill is really unhappy with that last.
Is he?
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, he hates it. He thinks it's a load of shit. Not just that last one, but the one that came either before or after Rogue One. No, and he's in several. Well, he's never going to do the job again, and he's been paid, so there's no reason for him to not. He hasn't actually come out and said this is a load of shit and it's badly written, but he has said, I don't know why they wrote this. I don't know why they did that. There's a compilation on YouTube called something like Mark Hamill Hates Star Wars, and it's little snarky comments from him. He's a funny guy, actually. Obviously bright, from a different clip, different interviews, and he really is not happy with it. And who would be? It is a load of shit. It's just bad.
I just remember it being really boring, and I remember really thinking that the new Darth Vader, that actor is dreadful. Who is he?
Emo adolescent boy with the sad face.
He's just a dreadful, I mean, to be fair, you don't know because the director might be telling him to do that.
No, I mean, I've seen him in other stuff, and he can act. It's just a really shit character that they've written, and he's not interesting. He's not frightening. There's no threat with him. He's pointless. Oh, it's so bad. I mean, the whole thing is crap. And they have commissioned that director of the last one to do the next 3, he gets to do a whole trilogy of Star Wars movies for Disney because they were so happy with his work. And I'm like, you guys, we've lost the fucking plot.
No, but I think there's some bullshit going on here, isn't there, with consumers? We're just buying it. We just buy it. It's Star Wars, let's buy it, let's go.
It's the human centipede.
We all need to stop.
It's a bottom-feeding society. Bottom feeders. Sincere thanks for the how to stop an emotional flashback PDF and audio. It is a lifesaver.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm glad to hear that. I helped somebody. Good. Good. That'll cheer me up in a couple of hours once I've gone through.
Yeah, you'll feel good about it.
Have you ever been to Hungary? No, I haven't, but I would love to go. I'm going to go. If I had more time, I would actually be looking to go in the next few months.
No, so in my brain, you've been to Budapest. Obviously not.
I have. I used to date a girl from Budapest.
Oh.
But no, I've never been.
Beautiful city. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and there's some of those Hungarian girls. Are we? Good to know you have the same taste. I hated it too passionately. Yeah, it's a bad film. After Return of the Jedi, that was pretty much it for me. Gave up on the prequels. Yeah, just not good. I mean, just not good storytelling. Not that the first Star Wars cycle was perfect. I mean, you've got the Ewoks. Let's never forget. And there's stuff that happens that is rather odd and doesn't make sense. And Mark Hamill did say, I guess he was starting to get pissed off with the fans. Like, if you think by watching this film, you're going to go back and relive your childhood, you're not. Don't put that pressure on us, and don't put that pressure on me, which is fair enough. But at the same time, in defense of the fans, that's what we were sold on. Like, that's how it was marketed.
It's what Disney's done to us.
Well, even before, who owned it before Disney? Was it Lucasfilm? Even Lucasfilm played that. God, George Lucas. What happens to creative people when they hit a certain age? This happened to Stephen King, and I know he's come back and he's a little bit better again, but it's like it's either they hit a certain Thomas Harris with the Hannibal Lecter books. The Hannibal Lecter books started to become a parody of the earlier goodness. They either hit a certain age and they lose it, or they make so much money that their creative instinct just dies 1,000 deaths.
I mean, there's always that thing about everyone's, great bands. They make that third album and it's always shit.
Yeah.
And I hate Oasis. I hate Oasis. I
Do
don't
you
get
really?
it. It's just wimpy, wussy, just so weak. Anyway.
Wow, you've really shocked me. So between Blur and Oasis, who would you choose?
They're both just wimps.
Wowie, okay.
But Noel Gallagher did make a really good point. He said the third album, looking back on it, it's absolutely shite. Every song is 6 or 7 minutes long. There's stupid guitar solos, and he's going, I'm not actually that great a guitarist. Liam's trying to hit fucking notes that he could never do in his whole life. We're trying to say things, and we're trying to impose our thoughts. And he goes, basically, it was just down to no one telling us or having the balls to tell us it's shit. Whereas in the first two albums, the guy who's behind the desk, who I can't remember the bloody name of what that job is right now, would be going to them, this is pretty shit, this.
Well, one of their first two albums, or maybe it was both of the first two albums, I'm not a big Oasis head, but I couldn't, was it called Cigarettes and Alcohol? Or it had the single Cigarettes and Alcohol on it, and every single track is a pretty fucking solid track, and there's not many albums in existence that are like that.
Sabbath. Sorry.
Nothing to be sorry for. Let's hear it for Sabbath. How do we get onto Oasis? Oh yeah, no, the creative thing. I do think that people just lose the plot. And yes, maybe it is the fact that nobody says no to them anymore. Nobody just says this is just a load of wank.
No, I think you made a really good point. I can't remember if it was on a podcast or in a pub about Eddie Redmayne playing that Harry Potter film. Someone surely just isn't telling him he's doing a bad job.
Oh my God. What the hell? Eddie Redmayne playing a character that's mysterious creatures and where to find them, fantastic creatures and where to find them. And he brought Stephen Hawking with him. He brought, because he spends he does and I'm like, that's actually slightly offensive what you're doing there, Eddie. And he's obviously the character is written as right in the mic. Sorry, just put your face out the window. Listen, this is still a mic. Oh, you're right. The mic's over there. Tom Hardy does this. He brings a little bit of previous characters to every role, and sometimes it works. If you're typecast, then you're always going to be a gangster and a violent psychopath like Tom Hardy is. It works to have a little bit of Bane and a little bit of the craze, and they come forward.
Yeah.
With Eddie Redmayne on that one, Jesus, what did he do? They wrote the character as painfully shy, and he interpreted painfully shy as. I'm like, what the fuck? Does he mean stung? Is he going into shock? He like,
You
yes,
gotta do that every time, don't you?
yes. Is my suitcase full of like, you know, as a director, you'd be like, Eddie, okay, just you're shy.
Mhm.
You're not having a fit.
Yeah.
Stop it with the face thing. It's not. Oh,
But
yeah.
I've only seen one clip of an actor giving an interview where I've actually heard him say, the director saying, you're doing a shit job.
Mm.
And that was Tarantino telling, who's the black guy in, he played Ray and he played the slave in Tarantino's film.
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx gives an interview and he says, I do the first 10 minutes and I give him whatever his first lines of his scripts are. Tarantino takes him to the side so no one can hear and just gives him a proper dressing down
for the Django.
Yeah.
Shit, really?
But I've never heard actors say that.
Yeah. I wonder what a proper dressing down was.
Well, yeah, Bob, yeah.
Listen, I'm just going to hand you some notes back here. I think that a lot of people are getting away with absolute murder, and it's a real shame. It's a real shame to not be able to say to them, just this sucks, just really stinks.
There's got to be something wrong with society at the moment as well, because it must be the only time in since humans have existed that there's such a disparity with people in the not saying that it's wrong, but people who are in creative industry being paid 200 million. And a brain surgeon being paid 200,000.
Right.
There's surely not being that disparity.
I wonder. I mean, we did have celebrities back in Roman times. There was really famous gladiators, and they were paid. There was a disparity in how much they could earn. Just the capacity to entertain. There is historical precedent for entertaining people being valued 1,000 times higher than actually being able to fix people or help people.
It's bonkers.
It is, and it's interesting that my brain was spinning off about Jamie Foxx because, you know, he can act and
he can sing.
He's a fucking great musician as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
piano, can't he?
You can. I wouldn't buy an album, but I mean, I can hear it and go, yeah, this guy knows. Obviously, he clearly fucking knows what he's doing. Adam Driver got his career in Ghouls. I haven't seen
Who's
Ghouls.
Adam Driver?
He's a Darth emo.
Oh, right, okay. All right.
Sad face. I'm mutilating listening to iPad.
Multitasking.
Thank you. I need glasses. Iron Maiden versus Black Sabbath. Oh,
that's why I shouted.
Yeah.
I saw Iron Maiden.
Who would you go?
Well, don't get me wrong. If I hadn't seen either of them live, I would have gone Maiden because I think they've got more. They've got what I thought is if you go to see Foo Fighters or AC/DC, it's 2.5 hours and you know every hit and they're all hits. I went to see fucking Iron Maiden said they were doing an album tour. This was 2 years ago. No one in the fucking world's bought that album. No one in the world.
The Book of Souls.
No one in the fucking world. And they didn't play one hit. They played the fucking album. They're pretentious fucking wankers. I paid £70 for that ticket.
I knew that they were going to do that because obviously
wankers. So no, I don't like them anymore.
Me Thingio is really into them, and she's part of the fan club, isn't she? And she handed me their promo material. Is it called the Book of Souls?
I can't remember.
I think the new album's called the Book of Souls. She gave me the promo material, and I was like, you know, you've booked these concerts. They're going to play stuff that you don't know. She did say that when she saw them, they did mainly do Book of Souls, but they did do a couple of their hits as well. Was that it? They just like played no.
They didn't. I don't even think because I was so pissed off. I got so pissed. I don't even think they played Run to the Hills.
Yeah,
fucking wankers.
Well, I mean, I'm sympathetic to their position. They don't want to play the same music forevermore. They want people to listen to the new album, but you can't enforce that on them. Like, if people want Spartan life coach videos, I cannot stray too far from what people are used to.
No, but tell us you're going to do an album tour.
They did. It was like, I saw the promotional material and it said, we're not, just so you know. This candle smells nice.
Yeah, sure. My wife likes that.
Just so you know, I didn't think you'd bought it.
It's from Abersock.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's what I can smell.
Beautiful.
The whales.
True.
Yeah, it's a dreadful shame. Do you like Depeche Mode?
No.
No, not massively. I mean, Personal Jesus was good. British rock bands, Muse, their early work or current? I wouldn't know the
I
difference.
saw them at Glastonbury and they were dreadful.
I only know that one song about resisting the oppression of the Illuminati. Alexei Sayle versus Slavoj Žižek fight. I don't think either of us would defend Alexei Sayle, would we?
I'm trying to think who Alexei Sayle is.
I think he's a Scouse comedian who's big in the 80s, who's very lefty-lefterson, who's very red. I think we'd both be on Slavoj Žižek for that one. Not much of a fight there, sorry. No. Do you like watching Shakira dance?
Yeah.
I don't like watching Shakira do, sing, or speak. I cannot abide Shakira. You like watching her dance?
Yeah.
She looks well for a 43-year-old lady.
Yeah, she's married to Gerard Piqué as well.
Who's that?
He's the captain of Barcelona.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've never really liked the old Shakira. I prefer Maiden, but that first Sabbath reunion tour in about year 2000 was unreal. All hits and the entire crowd sang every word for 3 hours. Legend.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I saw Sabbath and I think it was just as Tony Iommi was getting over cancer. I think he just finished his last round and that's why they were doing the tour and I saw him really early. So he was stick thin. But he could play. Like, it's amazing. He's brilliant.
How does one stop being nihilistic? Divorced him, but I don't think they were technically married, but they split. Oh, whoever you were saying was married to Shakira is not.
Oh, they split up.
Well, apparently, she said they were never technically married. I have no input there. Nihilistic. Just stop it. Just remember there are kittens out there with little pink pads on their paws. Buy a dog. You can't be a nihilist and own a dog. It's not possible. The two things don't exist in the same psychological space.
And they're so happy when you get home every single time you get home. You're home! I love you!
Favourite dog? Favourite breed?
Spaniel.
You fucking bebhead. Bebbingtonian.
No, you can walk them. You can walk them. You don't have to worry. They never go more than about 20 metres away from you. They're not interested in other dogs. You don't have to worry about them fighting. They're cute.
A bit dull.
No, they're excellent. That's a character.
Spaniels.
What's your favourite?
I like Siberian Huskies. You can't really have them because you can't let them off lead and they're bred to run 90 miles a day, so it's a bit cruel keeping them as a house pet. It's just sat there looking at you going, why have you enslaved me?
Yeah, walk me.
Yeah, I want to be in the ice cold fighting the blazing winds of death.
So if you couldn't get one of them, what would you have?
Maybe a Blanc Suisse, which is a white.
No idea what that
it's a white-coloured German Shepherd.
Oh, the black-coloured German Shepherd.
The one that we saw the other day.
That was a pretty dog.
They're really nice. I've never liked German Shepherds, and then recently I've seen a few around, and I'm like, I'm changing my mind on these creatures. I had some bad experiences with them, 2 or 3 German Shepherds, and now I'm actually looking at them thinking, you know what, that looks like an all right dog. Pug owner. Well, somebody has to be.
A pug. You just pug. You'd get a Boston Terrier, wouldn't you, or a French Bulldog?
I wouldn't anymore. You know, there was a time where I definitely would have done. But I don't want a dog that's going to be less than 25 kilos full grown. I like big dogs now. Do either of you play musical instruments? Will plays the fucking banjo. And he has, and I've played the purple.
That's not going to go across in American.
I've played the purple piccolo of Desire once or twice.
You like to swim? No, it's dull. I hate the training.
But he's good at it though.
No, I'm not good at it. I can swim for a long, long time, but I'm not good at it or quick.
I like swimming at Phuket. What's the beach that everybody goes to that's full of tourists?
I don't know. Can't
Yes,
remember
you
the
do.
name.
You've
I've
been there.
been there. I don't remember the name.
Where Bangla Road is. What the hell's that little town called? There's
I just
Phuket
thought
town.
it was called Phuket Beach.
I'm not saying it's not. Well, because strictly speaking, Phuket town doesn't have a beach because it's all inland. But where does everybody go in Phuket? Where Bangla Road is?
The beach.
The beach, right? Fucking hell. It'll come to me. It'll come
It's like I've worn off on you.
It fucking is. Do you get in me head? It'll come back to me. But it's like a semicircle. It's a bay, and if you go out there like for casual swimming, there's been 3 times I've been there, and you get far enough away from the people that you can't hear them, and it's quite salty and it's quite calm, and you can lie on your back and you look up and sky, and then you just see the mountains. That's a fucking boss place to swim.
Very pretty.
But I mean, paddle around. He does all that caper.
And it gets really, really boring.
Damn, what's your diet like? Have you ever talked about that? My diet is pretty dull. Like I track everything on my fitness pal. It's my macros. It's like a bodybuilder's diet. Maybe like 190 grams of protein every day, fucking 150 grams of carbs, and the rest is fat. And I stick to that most days. If I'm on a good training cycle, which I am at the moment, but every 4 weeks or so I drop off on 5 days. It's the way it goes. So yeah, it's fairly straightforward. I don't keto. I stay low carb by habit, but I don't try and get into ketosis as such.
Do you like oxtail soup?
I've never tried it.
Yeah, I like oxtail soup.
What about huskies?
Yeah. Beautiful, pretty dogs, but too sad to leave them in my house for 8 hours.
Oh, poor things. Malamute, somebody mentioned that. Have you seen a Malamute?
No, I don't know.
It's like a massive husky. It's like a big wolf.
Like an actual wolf.
Yeah. Beautiful
Beautiful
things. I don't know, like if you wanted to execute some people, feed them.
Is it like a dire wolf?
It's a dire wolf.
Will it just do stuff when I say to rip out his neck and it'll just do it?
Oh,
it knows exactly what I'm thinking and just will do it.
Yeah. It's like
it'll protect my dead body.
Oh yeah, protects the dead body. Yeah. Next question. Best exercise if you're stressed and fatigued?
Running.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. You know, that's a good answer to that, because whatever chills you out the most, he loves to run. So do you
I would actually know. I caveat that. Running is where it will tire you out so much. When you get back, you're just not arsed.
You'll feel okay.
Cycling, you have to completely switch off because there's cars around, so you can't think. So you're exercising and you're not thinking at all, because all you're just aware, which is great. So you can do 2 hours. You don't have to go too hard. You get back. You've had a clear mind for 2 hours. You've been outside. You've exercised. You've released some endorphins. What's the other thing? Serotonin.
Endorphins and serotonin. It'll be a mix. Have I told you today how much I fucking hate you cyclists on the road? Let me tell you now. I fucking hate you cyclists on the road.
Calm down, it's fine.
Why do you get to do your hobby on the road? Like, I don't play chess on the motorway.
Why are you bothered?
Because it slows me down.
Is your pregnant wife sat next to you and you're rushing her to the hospital?
No, I had to come here to do a podcast, and there was 6 of them on a country road between Burton and Bevington, and I'm like, how is this legal? That your favourite hobby? Like, if I set up a fucking bench press and started benching on a roundabout and made the traffic go around me, the police would arrest me. Fucking cyclists. You should do the exercise that makes you feel good. So if you dissociate through running, if that's comfy, or biking, for me it would be weights, because it's thoughtless and it's just pleasant, and I can drift, or I go on the bag and kickbox. For some people it would be dance. So it's whatever it is for you.
You need to see a video of him punching a punch bag. You can see him going, and you're getting all excited.
What video are you talking about?
So you need to take a video of yourself punching a punch bag and watch how he just drifts away. Rick, I'm here.
Yeah.
Rick, I'm here.
I like that.
Rick.
I start accessing my past life. I'm where I'm an old Thai fisherman. He's about 60. He's a master of Muay Thai, and he like possesses me. Well, he's in the body. And he shows me what to do. Yeah, I like that. I like being on the bags. Maybe I would. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I will video being on the bags. I'll get back into it again. So I'm actually getting a bit sharp.
Well, it's a proper Zen thing for you. It'd be interesting for people to see someone get so disappeared into something. That's not a sentence, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I really, really like it a lot. Yeah, it's so whatever you like, whatever works for you when you're stressed, do that. I like dancing as well, but that doesn't really disappear me. That makes me present.
What is the name of a white German Shepherd? We're running a bit behind now because there's a lot of questions, but that's good.
It's called a Blanc Suisse, which is French for white Swiss.
Can you spell it, or is that too hard to question?
No, I've studied French, my friends, and this is no problem for me whatsoever. BLANC SUISSE, Blanc Suisse. And
quite impressive. I like that.
I can speak a bit of French if you like. There was a time that I studied Descartes in ancient French. I used to be able to read fucking hard philosophy in old bullshit, like medieval English, bullshit medieval French, where there's like E's on the end of shit for no reason.
Did you have to learn Latin to do that?
No, it was just I learned French, and then they were like, I don't remember why it happened.
I thought your A-level was Spanish.
French, Spanish, English literature.
All right, okay. I thought it was Spanish, English language, and another.
No, I've not studied English language. My levels were all languages, but yeah, at one point I could decipher fucking Descartes. I had a guy in Portugal get a hold of me, a French guy, and he was like, he just assumed I would speak French, bloody French, so arrogant. Yeah. And he just started yammering. He just went, it was on Falaise Beach, and he was like, can I drive there and get out? And I managed to say, no, even though it looks like a bridge, there isn't a bridge there. You must go back. And I spoke, and afterwards I was like, wow. But my French is shit now.
What's your Portuguese like?
Oh, God, it's so bad. The last time I was over, I spoke to some people. Well, the Portuguese are good, though, aren't they? Because if you speak Spanish to them, they'll speak back.
I'm not seeing that.
So Portuguese people can speak Spanish. Spanish people can't speak Portuguese. So if you speak... So I could have with some taxi drivers, I did sort of say to them, look, I used to live here and I would speak Portuguese, Spanish. I'd be like, when I was a child, I lived here, but now I can't speak.
Yeah.
And it would be like 80% Spanish, and they get it. And one guy actually said to me, the way you sound, actually there is, I think he said it's in Asturias, which is, I think is a region in Spain, but they retain quite a lot of Portuguese. And he's like, so it's 80%, it's like Spanish words, and then I'll just throw a Portuguese noun in.
But you should have some Portuguese dialects though, because you've heard it a lot, you'd have said, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, when I was a kid I did. It depends on how strong the accent is. Down in the Algarve, it's pretty clear. Up in Lisbon, some people are talking to me and I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying.
But I've heard some people say, what's the word they use? But they don't say okay, they say tudo bem.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them will say it like almost in an English accent, but then I've heard everyone's favourite restaurant, Guatera.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, clue.
Yeah, that's the thing that screws most people up with Portuguese versus Spanish is the pronunciation when it's free flowing is kind of Russian. It's Muse. And if you can't, the ex who was a linguist and spoke, she refused to make noises. So I'd be like, say si, bon dia, and she was like, I don't want to do that, and I'm like, not really what you want to do.
How they can understand you.
How the language is spoken, and if we keep walking into places and going bon dia, we just sound like English divvies. You've got to actually bon dia. You got to. It's just music. It's like a sound. It's musical.
It's nice.
It's nice, and that's the person whose dad would pick up. He had no shame, so he'd pick up language like it was music, and he would just repeat the sound. I told you he learned to say they do that, they don't do. So I'm driving in Dublin, and we've taken them, the parents, to see a show of Irish dancing, traditional Irish dancing. And then we're driving back, and we're talking about language, and it's being translated from Bosnian into English, and they're speaking little bits of English to me. And the dad thinks he can speak English, and it's Swedish. But he just chats away to me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. It's neither Bosnian, it's not English, I don't know what you're saying. And we were talking about the pronunciation. We got onto this thing of not being able to say si, now, because it is weird. Like, can you do that now?
No.
Yeah. On the year.
But
Can you close your nose?
It's Bonucci and then Bonucci. That's as close as I
I
can
don't know
get.
what language you're doing there. Bonucci is. It sounds like Russian. Bonucci. Tavarish. Bonucci. Bonoit.
Oh, it's Noit.
It's Noit. It's Noite.
I thought it was Luigi.
Yeah, because down in the Algarve, you splash it a little bit. Noit.
Okay. Right.
Noit.
Noit.
And they're all pissed as well.
Oh, yeah, we are all
No, they're not. Not everybody in the Algarve is pissed. They're all day, every day. So we got onto it, and I was like, well, it's the same with accents. And he taught me a phrase in Bosnian, which is "naver burder verber murder," which is like a thing you would teach kids to teach them grammar. It literally translates something like, in the mountains, the fucking trees move, but you teach them that as a grammar thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I've got one for you. It's Scouse. It goes, they do that, they don't do. And he was like, Richie, I want to learn.
Yeah.
I was like,
you're a horrible bastard.
I was like, it's gibberish. I was joking.
Oh, you didn't tell him?
No, I told him. I was like, it's gibberish. You don't need to learn that. And he went, no, I want to learn. I was like, okay, make these sounds. They do that, they don't do. They do that, they don't. And from the back of the car, I get, they do that, they don't. I nearly crashed. I was like, how the fuck are you doing? You're talking Scouse. How are you talking Scouse right now? Yeah. If anybody wants to learn how to do that, it's they do that there, don't they though? They do that there, don't they? And if you can do it in a Scouse accent and you meet anybody from around here, they'll think it's really funny if you're not from here and you can do that.
Yeah. And then they'll call you a wool.
Yeah, because we're wolves, lads, all day to death.
What's a purple piccolo?
Purple piccolo. Daddy keeps in his trousers.
Stop it. Don't encourage him.
They howl like wolves. The best sport for anxiety. I break the fucking bike. Yeah, well, I would as well. It wouldn't work for me. Do you know they can't bark? What?
Who can't bark?
I don't know whether she's talking about Malamutes.
They are beautiful Malamutes. Do you know they can't bark?
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't believe that. I think it's a lie. I'm going to Google it afterwards, but I think you're lying.
Just straight up. I just think you're lying.
Yeah.
No, I believe that. I bet she's telling the truth. What are your thoughts on Jordan Peterson? Have you even been keeping up with this podcast?
Done that a little bit.
Jeez, dude, that's hurtful. Well, we were
very pretentious. We had a really long, pretentious podcast.
Yeah, we did. The last one, number 13, was just Zizek versus Peterson, and Peterson's been raised a few times. I'm more pro Peterson than you at this point, aren't I? You've got more doubts about him.
I've got a lot of doubts about him. I don't think he's spouting anything new. He's just doing it in a very. He's doing something where he's catching a lot of people's attention. So it almost seems like he's got a publicist.
I'm sure he has a publicist.
And he's just released a book.
Curiouser, Clarice. Okay, you scroll down because I don't like that laptop.
No, you don't.
We should finish soon because you've got to go to the pub.
Shut up, I love cycling. Of course you do.
Of course you do.
That's messed up some people bike for transport. Ooh, Catty.
Oh, damn. Some of us, Richard, have to bike to work. Sorry, Anna. Just use a cycle pack.
Whatever isn't one, she wants to go to work.
Then go and live in...
Leave her alone.
Then go and
leave
live
her alone. It's not fair.
You bully. Go and live in Sweden then. Or Holland.
Belgium. Let's name places that cycle a lot. What's the best way to get into weights if you're weak as hell? Lift weights?
Yeah, man. Start with the pink ones. You would... there's loads of information online. I mean, you've got to find a way. There's pointless me saying to you, follow the program of so-and-so. You've got to find something that you like. And if you're really weak, do you feel social anxiety about going to the gym and training?
Why would you feel social anxiety?
Oh, dude. Oh, God. Oh, the other day, there was a lad in the gym. He walked into the gym like this with his arms out like that.
Yeah.
And he said, can you come and spot me on these dumbbells? And he wanted to bench press a 30 kg dumbbell, 2 30 kg dumbbells.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, I can. Have you thought about going down to the 25s? And he was like, no, I always do the 30s, kid, and I'm going to be okay, you know. And I was like, okay, do you want support at your wrists or at your elbows? And he was like, at my elbows. My elbows, lads. You know, just give us a touch at the bottom, just a touch at the bottom. And I'm looking at him, I'm going, this guy may really surprise me.
Did he have a wanking hand as well? Wanking arm, sorry.
Of course he did. Of course he did. So we ended up doing sets, and I was pressing his elbows so hard that my pecs, I'm sure, were engaging more than his. And he was like, yeah, I've got 2 more in me. I was like, you fucking haven't, because you haven't done the last 3. So I was like, squeezing them up with him. And in the end, I just started laughing, and he didn't ask me again. If you can go to the gym and you don't have social anxiety, join a proper gym. Don't try and train at home. It doesn't work. And true strength is having the humility to lift the weight that is right for you with good form. And don't do any ego lifts. Don't consider lifting stuff that you shouldn't be lifting. And just
body weight.
Train at your own rate. I don't know whether they're going to get the results they want from body weight, but body weight's a great way to start.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Start. Oh, fucking hell, I got another catty comment.
What was it say?
Just start.
Oh. We have? Jesus.
Not liking each other, are you?
What's the best way to get into weights? Start. Yeah, man. Like, simplicity. Keep it simple. We've done a bit of weights as well, haven't we?
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, I find weights insanely dull. But Rick did get me into a bit of circuit training, which is actually really fun. I really enjoy that.
Well, actually, the last time, we've not done much weights. We did it at Neston Zone Fitness, didn't we? You did really well on it. I think, like, if you can find a personal trainer that you get on with.
I wouldn't do it on my own.
No.
I wouldn't go to lift weights on my own. I would lift weights with someone else. So I think that's quite fun.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do you use a strange Australian accent? I tell you what.
Who's what? No, leave. Go away. Go away. Yeah. Do we want to fix insomnia right now, or should we do that another time?
You know, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. You've got to be fix it. There you go. Bish bash wash. It depends on why. You've got to look at the root causes of why you have insomnia, and they can be just like 10 possible, completely legitimate things.
I've had insomnia once.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Off what?
It was my finals for my masters, and I was awake for a week. Probably wasn't awake for a week. Probably had a couple hours sleep every night.
Just
I felt like I was. No, I wasn't shaking or anything, no heart palpitations. I just couldn't turn my brain off. But then I do think when you're reading for 6-8 hours a day, it's very difficult to turn off after that. If my brain just kept running everything over and over.
If I do too much work in a day, I fucking hell. It's hard to turn my brain off. So everybody needs like a regular schedule, a regular sleep schedule. That's what humans respond best to. Most of your like if you're an insomniac, most of your training, most of your stress, most of your work should be loaded in the front part of the day. You should try and wake up early, you should try and get up, be active, get plenty of brain stimulation. That's when the exercise should be happening if you're a proper insomniac. Check your food, check to see what you might be allergic to, cut out all stimulants, no fucking stimulants after 11 o'clock in the morning, no coffee, no nicotine, no nothing. And then just keep playing with all the different factors until you find the right combination that means that come 11 o'clock at night, you can go to bed, put your head on the pillow and be asleep within minutes.
Do you know what I found as well? It might be an age thing, I don't know, but since when I train, when I do a good hour or an hour and a half each night, I'll be asleep at 9:15.
Of running and
running cycling. So if I'm just taking over, it's not the same. But if I'm going quite hard, I'll be asleep.
Yeah, if you're exhausted, you'll sleep. Swimming will help sleeping. Running will help sleeping. Cycling will help sleeping. Cardio stuff that generally goes longer than an hour will probably do you in. Should we take one more and then wrap this up?
Yeah, sure. I've got
this actually kind of this kind
I've got quite a bit of time since you.
Don't you have to go to the pub?
Yeah, it's only 5 minutes away to King's.
Oh, okay.
It's up to you. How happy old fisherman is best for meditation?
The old Thai fisherman of from Thailand who possesses me when I'm on the bags.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Suk. That's a perfectly legitimate Thai name. Don't be such a child. Do you know a perfectly legitimate Thai name is porn?
Stop it.
P-O-R-N.
Stop it.
When I was in
I'm not looking at you.
PP Island, me and my mate Raj, we saw a boat and it was called Porn. And then we looked again and it was actually called Choke a Nun Porn. Fuck. What's Choke a Nun? Choke a Nun is a totally legitimate Thai name. And then Porn, Choke a Nun Porn. And we were like, hey, another fucking genre. What's your fucking history looking like? Choke a Nun Porn. Yeah.
That's a big question for another podcast. They can't see what I'm pointing at, obviously.
When does the brain fog and fatigue from codependency and CPTSD recovery begin to lift?
But which product should they buy?
Well, William, I'm glad you asked. That's a question of resolving emotional flashbacks and CPTSD in general. And I do have products on dealing with emotional flashbacks. I mean, there's a free one. If you're struggling, you can just send me an email and I'll send you the How to Stop an Emotional Flashback ebook that has a couple of audios in it and some exercises that help you to start to work with your emotional flashbacks. But you need to be working on it. It's not like, don't wait for the recovery. Build the strength and the skills to fight the enemy.
What you prefer, KGB, CIA, or MI6?
MI6.
Oh yeah, Bond. Yeah.
I wanted to join. Tried to join a couple of times.
Did you?
Not MI6, but MI5.
MI5? Yeah. I can't remember which one's internal and which one's external.
MI5 is they advertised in the papers for it, or they were doing a couple of years ago. Like, it's not weird to try and get into
MI5 become
MI6
or soccer?
No, they've not changed. I mean, they keep saying they're going to change, but they remain MI5. Still MI5. Unfortunately, I wasn't smart enough to get through there well.
I hate Oasis too. Excellent. Do you work every day 5 hours and will be all right?
Maybe that's
like a statement, isn't it?
Yeah, that might be in reference to the insomnia question.
I stopped laughing at Liam Gallagher's antics because he's a bad man who causes pain and suffering. Okay.
Is Liam Gallagher the older or the younger brother?
The younger.
I saw an interview with him with Graham Norton the other day.
Yeah.
That's the end of that story.
Excellent.
I'm glad I told it. I might save that one, when I'm in a situation where the conversation's dying, and I'll just go, I saw an interview with Liam Gallagher the other day. People look at me and go, yeah? I go, yeah, I did.
Have you got a go-to story? When you meet someone new or you're in a situation and you've got a story that, it's all dried up now, and you've got a story that you always go to?
No. Do you have one?
Yeah. I have the same conversation with quite a lot of people, and always go, yeah, I've got a go-to story as well.
Right. I mean, I will have a thing in my brain that goes, go to a story now, cut to some kind of funny story.
Yeah.
And then I'll usually reach for one that I think is going to be relevant or funny. But I've screwed. That's the point at which you're right on the edge of screwing it up. Because the story should be raucous enough that it's breaking the social tension, but obviously shouldn't let people know that you're guilty of murder, or not more than one murder.
Yeah.
Not multiple murder.
And you're not a bit weird.
And that you're not super fucking weird.
Because in England, they prefer you were a murderer than a little bit weird.
Oh, God, yes. It's dreadful to be a little bit weird. But yeah, there are probably a stock of stories that I've told before. Yeah.
Someone needs Scouts lessons, not Purple Piccolo lessons. I can't say the word now. Malamutes can't bark.
You're still not believing it?
No.
She's insisting on it.
Yeah, I do.
Have sock any re-weights?
Have sock and re-weights?
Don't know what that means.
Lol.
Lol. We said something funny 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'ma do some pink weights. Yeah,
Sound.
you could do, yeah.
You guys are cyclist haters? No, I'm a cyclist.
No.
I love cycling.
That's Anna before who got salty because I was talking about cyclists being on the road. It's the same woman.
Yeah.
No, let's be clear.
She's grumpy though.
Sure, she's grumpy now.
She's probably grumpy.
I hate cyclists and I want them off the flipping roads where I'm driving. Will is the fucking cyclist on the road playing his favourite fucking hobby, cycling round like a 10-year-old, stopping my traffic. He's the
just needs to chill, doesn't he?
I'm the bad guy in this scenario.
I think
go play chess in traffic is my new dismissal.
Yes, you've entered the social conscious.
22 at night with pads for eyes, no light in the room, valerian root, relax. 22 at night. Oh, 10 o'clock at night. But actually, I thought you were talking about temperature. And for those of you who struggle with insomnia, that's one of the things that is good to remember. Your body needs to cool in order to sleep. And I have found that sometimes, if you're doing 5 or 6 things to try and get yourself to sleep, letting your body cool down can really, really help.
We answered someone's question.
Thanks for answering my questions.
Cool. Good. Not going anywhere. Don't know what that means. Lol, 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 lol.
Lol, 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 lol.
Cool.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
It's funny this video triggered my flashback. Lol. Okay. Do Brits...
I'm triggered by a flashback, lol. I'm freaking out right now, lol.
Do Brits get offended when tourists mistaken where exactly you're from? Was in London and asked a couple back where I think Scouse can't recall exactly. Maybe they said Manchester, asked if they were Scot.
Yeah, no, I don't think we'd be offended by it. I mean, if you said, "Are you from Manchester?" and people have said that to me, that's more offensive than saying, "Are you Scottish?" But that's because we have like a bit of a hate relationship.
Yeah,
with Manx.
they think we're big time Charlies, don't they?
So
I think they're from a city.
Yeah,
City
from city.
So what is annoying though, maybe not annoying, but it's what I can't understand is I can't understand how Americans can't differentiate our accents. When I can't tell state to state, but I can tell someone's from a southern state. I can tell someone, I think, from a northeastern state in New York, and I can definitely tell a Californian accent.
Right.
But why do they have so much? You all sound the same. And then every accent we do is a Cockney accent.
It's either Cockney or it's Harry Potter received pronunciation English, isn't it? Hello, Harry. Let's just go.
Are they taking the piss out of us? Can we not actually hear the difference? Or can they? And they are taking the piss.
I don't think accent means in America what it means here, because we grew up like the way Britain has evolved is a very, very small country for a start. I think we fit 1.5 times into fucking California alone. So every little hamlet or town developed its own accent in isolation, whereas that wouldn't happen around.
I've actually heard people say they can differentiate between the towns in Liverpool, like they can hear a Kirby or a Toxteth or a...
I could. Back in the day, when I worked in Liverpool, I could hear roads. Like Scotty Road was different to Toxteth, which was definitely different to Speak and was definitely different to a Kirby Lala.
Yeah, Kirby's a bit... it's almost like Old Scouse.
I can't remember how I did it. The only one I could probably still do is like Speak. The old Scouse, like a slower Scouse,
like a Beatle Scouse.
That way.
Yeah.
But then there's an ethnic element to that as well, which I can't be asked raising here because some fucking idiot will be offended by it.
Who's your favourite Bond?
Definitely Daniel Craig, but he's also my biggest disappointment.
Oh,
hang on, I'll do it in a Speak accent. Definitely Daniel Craig, Will, but at the end of the day, he was my biggest disappointment. I thought he would save the franchise, and he didn't.
They make a lot of money now, though, don't they, lad?
He does, yeah. He's a producer. So
making a shitload of money.
So he's mates with the family who owns the Bond franchise, and now he is he's a producer on the films. So he's a very, very wealthy man. Daniel Craig could have been the best Bond of all Bonds. Unfortunately, those films have been so badly written and directed that it's all gone by the wayside.
This is good, honestly. I appreciate your time and attention. This turned out fine. Oh, cool. Apples or oranges? Apples. Favourite Bond girl?
Apples.
Who's the brunette, the English brunette girl? She dies when she's covered in oil.
Wait, which era are we talking about?
It's definitely Daniel Craig.
Covered in oil?
Yeah.
English?
Can I Google it?
Go on, get your phone out.
Gemma Arterton.
Show me a picture. Right now. I'd go with the French girl. She's
Johnny Depp sex?
No. She's not being a Bond girl.
She's not?
No. The singer. No. Don't tell me her name. Eva Green. She's a very charactered looking lady, and she has a very strange way of speaking English. She sounds a little bit like Bane. She's always very croaky when she speaks English in a pompous way.
That's Gemma Arterton.
Show them.
English Rose.
Boring. No. Dull. Why with the dullness? Wait.
Pretty.
Wait. Let me show you whether you can see them, but so that you know they're on screen. What's her name? Say her name and show the screen.
Gemma Arterton.
And show the screen. Gemma Arterton. Okay. I also liked Halle Berry. She was lovely. Eva Green or Halle Berry, I would go. Halle von Barringtons.
Oh, what have you done?
I've broken the internet. The other reason why we need to stop soon is because I'm hungry.
All right. Okay,
I trained for 2 hours yesterday, lad. I did my pecs, I did my back, I did my arms. You know what, lads? Look at that. These aren't toys, you know, kid. These aren't toys.
Right, quickly. You guys are cool dudes. No. Irish. I don't know what that means.
Irish alien. No.
Can you hear the difference? And I am from America. And I can hear the difference. I'm from America. And
yeah,
I don't know which accent goes where in your country. Nigella sounds nothing like Paul McCartney. It's excellent.
Well, no.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear.
To finish.
So you are taking the piss out of us. You can all hear the difference.
No, but to finish that point before, nobody really gets annoyed when tourists can't hear the difference because we can't hear the difference. And there's so many accents. We wouldn't expect anybody to just rock it. We'd be like, oh, you should know what North and South Wales sounds like.
It's going to be polite and mention them in the opposite direction.
Yeah. We're like, oh, I love your Scottish accent. Yeah. When did you get here from Australia? Scouse is rooted in an Irish accent, which is why it sounds a little Australian, some of you. The big boob lady, Eva Green. That's right. Oh. Sorry about Dick Van Dyke's bad accent. That's fine. It's great. It's great. Yeah. I love you. I do, Mario Popholmes.
Our questions are finished, and we're about to finish as well.
All right. Perfect. Let's leave it there. Should we have this as a podcast, even though it had a bad beginning?
Yeah.
Right. So I guess this was podcast 14. We'll do podcast 15 tomorrow.
Should we call it the attempted podcast?
We should call it the flipping Richard Has a Nervous Breakdown podcast. And we'll be on tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Nice lunch. It's tea time here, you know, kid.
The match is about to kick off.
Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock at night. But thank you. We will have a nice lunch.
I had an excellent lunch, actually.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. London time, and we'll do it live with the setup that we originally had that died. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Richie will bring his powerful charged up computer.
Yeah. And then we'll try and work with this ploppy laptop.
True.
Okay, leave it as a podcast, says Eva. Are you ready to accept that Eva's telling the truth and that Malamutes can bark?
No, I
can't bark.
No. And what's more, I'm not even going to Google it now. I'm just going to convince myself that it's a lie.
So what's going to happen here, Eva, is you'll never have the closure.
No.
And being able to go, well, see, Will, I was right.
No.
And this is so narcissistic and so typical of what narcissists do. They never give you that closure.
Did they tell you as well?
No, they just do what you're doing and just go, no, I don't care.
I'm burying my head in the sand.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
I was wrong and I don't want to know that I was wrong.
The sky is purple.
Yeah, so there you go. The sky is purple. Malamutes can bark loudly and strongly.
Of course they can.
Yes, of course they can. So deal with that trauma.
Yes.
And
no, it's lies as well.
Huskies don't bark either.
Lies.
Hang on. Huskies don't bark. Well, I've never seen, I'm on all the Instagram husky videos. I've never seen them bark. They howl.
No, it's lies.
Okay.
They bark.
Malamutes and huskies apparently don't bark. She said she had one. Nina Jones says no. Well, there you go. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your time and your attention. I've been Richard Crannan. This has been the Strength of Mind coach, and this has been Mystery Man Will. It's not his fault.
What is it?
Baby, I was born this way. Do. They eat ice. Okay, that's enough. They talk and howl, and they eat ice. I want one. I want a friggin' husky.
No.
I know. It's not right, is it?
No,
it's not right.
No. Wild animals.
No, they should be in the snow, Will.
They should be pulling things.
I should be pulling
behind
things behind me. Like my housemaster and the
No,
turning it off.